Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? My name is Denonu, and I'm one half of the Neo Digital Podcast, and I'm here with my homie.
Terrence D, what's up, y'all?
And in this video here, we're going to be watching and reacting to the Shang-Chi trailer that just dropped this morning. So let me go switch it over. We're going to play it here.
Also, color coordinated bros.
The Black Blues Brothers.
Wow, the Black Blues Brothers.
All right, let me know if this is too loud for you too.
Right quick, Shang-Chi, this is like supposed to be like
The Kung Fu
Lee of
guy.
Marvel, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
It don't have no throat punching in it, I don't think. But
I don't want to see it. Fuck it. I'm done.
No, you are.
It has a 2-inch punch though.
I gave you 10 years to live your life. Now you see me rise.
Did you live like that?
And where did that get you? You walked in my shadow. I trained you. So the most dangerous people in the world couldn't kill you. Son, it's time for you to take your place by my side.
Your soul is mine.
Yep.
That's not going to happen.
I like how it looks though. What's that? It's giving me that Black Panther vibe.
You can't outrun who you really are.
Okay.
Who are you?
I am the Iron Fist.
Right? I wish.
What Iron Fist should have been. That's the only thing that I don't like. And he don't got no powers. How you gonna stop this? How you gonna kung fu your way out of a bus?
You don't.
We make a good team.
Okay. I'm digging that.
Yeah.
There I have two gripes about it.
Mm.
One, he doesn't look anything like the comic version of himself, like of
Yeah,
Shang-Chi.
that's true.
Because Shang-Chi is like, it's like if you were to take Bruce Lee and put him directly into a comic, that's what they did. It's like, yeah.
No matter which one you go with, whether it's the old Shang-Chi or the new Shang-Chi. Yeah. I mean, maybe he'll get the red suit in there somewhere, but
Yeah.
I don't
And the
know.
other thing is that, like, physically, I don't think he still looks the part. Like physically,
Yeah.
like Shang-Chi is thinner in the, well, not thinner, but like
I know
he's
what you mean.
more cut.
Bruce Lee-esque. He's
Yeah.
not. He's still kind of chubby, but not cut.
Well, I wouldn't say he's chubby. He just doesn't look like he's defined at all.
Yeah.
Like this part here coming up, like right there. It's like, that doesn't look like Shang-Chi, bro. I think maybe that he didn't work out as much, or if he did, that's where they got him to. But yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things where
you got Star-Lord looking more cutter than you, bro, and you do martial arts. You are
that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, I think it's one of those things where it's like people won't care. Like to me, oh wait, was that the red suit right there? Because it looked like he was wearing something in red, but I think most people just won't care about it.
Yeah.
See the suit. Yeah, it's like I think most people they just they'll watch the movie. It's just to me when I look at this guy, he looks like he's playing the part fine. He just has like a chubby round face, like he was like a chubbier guy that lost weight, but he didn't thin out enough to where his face looks skinnier.
See, that's what I mean. Like it seems like it's like, hey, we want you for this role, but then he just didn't get into shape quick enough.
Or I mean, it could have been due to COVID too, because this was supposed to come out like last year.
You can work out in COVID, bro. Like you only need yourself and a trainer to work out. But at the same time,
Mm.
I'm taking it as he said that, hey, you can live how you want to live. I gave you a whole year. So like that's where like the drinking, the
Yeah.
food, like he didn't train.
It could yeah, it could be something like that where it's like he just, got lax with it.
Yeah.
But how are you feeling? I mean, with you being a fan of martial arts and all that stuff, how do you feel about the movie itself?
I like it. So the martial arts thing, like they didn't really show enough because
Mm.
the whole 2 inch punch thing is like I get it, right? I get it. That's a Bruce Lee thing though.
Mm.
Like, that's it kind of stems from that. And Bruce Lee didn't do like kung fu. He did like Chinese boxing and fuck, Wing Chun, that kind of stuff.
Mm.
Made his own style out of it. And here they're kind of like showing Shaolin Kung Fu, with that kind of stuff, which isn't really kung fu at all. It's just like wire work. So I hope that they would get more towards like the actual martial arts rather than wire work. That's what I don't want to see.
Mm. Yeah.
Wire work is cool in like those giant ass fights and stuff like we just saw, but I don't want to see a lot of it. I want to see more practical stuff, kind of like how um the I'm about to say Iron Fist was Daredevil. Like I want
Mm.
to see more practicality, like fights like that. So I hope that they show that more. So that's what I'm going to be looking out for as far as like the martial arts things goes. As far as the character goes, it's like I don't really read his comics. I
Yeah.
didn't, because he doesn't. He barely shows up at all,
Yeah.
if ever, because he's so fucking strong that he's just like,
Yeah.
I only show up every so often.
He's one of those guys where it's like he's for lack of a better term, I don't want to insult the character or the movie, but he's a stereotype.
Yeah, token
He
token
he's
Asian guy.
he is what Luke Cage was for black people. Because that's the reason why they made his comic books. Bruce Lee came out with Enter the what's the title, the fighting tournament Bruce Lee movie,
Mm-hmm.
and that
I think
blew
that was
up.
Enter the Dragon.
And that blew up in the 70s. So they was like, Marvel was like, hey, look, we need our Asian character.
Yeah.
Hence Shang-Chi. I think with this, they're changing his backstory because in the comic books, when he first came out, the guy who kind of the guy who written the comics, he had his own character, which was his dad and stuff. But the problem is Marvel didn't own the dad, who's literally named Fu Manchu. Yeah.
Wow. Holy
Yeah, his
crap.
dad in comic books was Fu Manchu. So Fu Manchu and a few people that was in his earlier comics, that was a part of his, let's say, stories and his backstory and stuff like that. They were owned by the guy who written those comics. So Marvel, and I want to say like the early thousands, they kind of had a thing where like they couldn't use none of those characters because they didn't own them. So then they retconned his backstory and was like, oh, the guy who you thought was Fu Manchu was pretending to be Fu Manchu, so he's not really that guy. And that allowed Marvel to basically rewrite his backstory. They retconned it. So in this,
Okay.
they're retconning it further. And this is something as a fan that I don't like. But that guy who's saying, oh, I gave you 2 years to this, the head of the 10 rings, he's the Mandarin, the real Mandarin. So they're taking the whole Mandarin from Iron Man and rolling it into this because to tie it in somehow. And you see, take it back for a
Is
sec.
he the real Mandarin in the comic?
No, well, in the comic book, no, Mandarin is his own other character. He's the guy who fights Iron Man and uses the
So
magic
how do you
ring
know he's the Mandarin here?
because they said it and they announced it. Like the Mandarin leads in the MCU leads the 10 Rings organization. They're like that terrorist organization.
They talked about that
Mm-hmm.
when they said that shit.
Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3, they talked about how the man that leads the 10 rings is the Mandarin.
Yeah. Ben Kingsley's character,
Yeah.
when the actor that he was acting or posing as the Mandarin.
Yeah.
So after they made that movie as like a bait and switch that Iron Man fans hate, but or at least me, I hated it because I understood it why they did
Yeah.
it. But they in not like an Easter egg type thing, but you know how Marvel used to come out with those I don't know what the Hollywood term is for it. I want to say like not vignette, but it's like a small 2-minute
Mm-hmm.
kind of scene.
Webisodes, those shorts. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But they had one where it had Ben Kingsley in prison, and these people broke into prison and was like, "We're taking you to see the Mandarin because he was mad that you took his image and used it." So that told people who've seen it was like, "Oh shit!" So the Mandarin is real and he exists
So the
in the
martial
MCU.
artists like came in there and
Well, they
broke them
weren't
down.
martial artists, but they were just just regular guys in suits. They were like terrorists busting their way into prison.
Okay.
But that was just through their way of doing it. So for this to basically, I guess, write the movie that they're going to be doing, they're basically saying the Mandarin runs the 10 rings, and they're kind of like the League of Assassins are to um, Ra's al Ghul for Batman.
Okay.
So they're like their own organization. They're just making Mandarin his dad, and I don't like that because it's two separate characters. So they're not going with the Mandarin thing. But one thing I will say is cool. See how the 10 ring symbol in the back?
Mm-hmm.
They're taking the 10 rings instead of being like rings on your fingers, and they're making it more like bracers that you would see Shaolin monks fight.
Yeah.
Those rings that's around his things, those are the 10 rings. And well, at least I don't know, but I'm just going by just putting my comic book knowledge out there. That's probably what it is. And I don't know if they're going seeing the rings.
Yeah, you got 5 on one side and
Mm-hmm.
4, but there may be another one somewhere.
Yeah, there's another one further up because they show it throughout the trailer whenever they show him fight. But one thing that I find is cool, and that's why I said it kind of reminded me of Black Panther, is the scene, the CG scene. I'll pause it when they get to it. But because what I think that they're doing is going to be, they're going to like, I can understand why they have all the Wushu stuff in here because it's like
Hold
they're
on right
pandering
quick.
to the Chinese stuff.
Hold on right quick. I love this scene because they got fucking food dogs. And
Mm-hmm.
food dogs are like if I liked any mythical creature, it's dragon, then food dog. Food dogs are so like lion, dog type. Yeah, Dresden Files. Yes.
I've seen a few people talk about the trailer so far. You were the only one that I've seen that mentioned what that creature was. Everybody's like, "Oh, are those lions? Are they saber-toothed tigers?" Like,
Oh,
yeah, nobody knows what they're called.
bro,
Yeah.
I hate that. Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm. People
it's like
talking about
yeah,
stuff they don't know,
yeah.
and
It's
like,
like the fuck.
and and nobody else mentioned like they're fighting dragons and other shit in the background, right?
Yeah, there's
In the comic books, the Mandarin's rings were from space dragons, big ass dragons like Fin Fang Foom, the giant Godzilla like
yeah,
dragon that Iron Man fights.
yeah.
It's his race that made him. The
Oh
rings were
shit.
like stones that made up the engines of their spaceships.
Oh
That
shit.
their engine crashed, like their ship crashed to Earth, and that's how Fin Fang Foom got there.
Yo,
So
hold up.
the Mandarin took the stones, and that's why the rings do all the powerful
Hold up,
shit.
hold up, hold up, hold up.
So
So
they're
we can
fighting
actually get a
dragons.
Fing Fang Foom in this
I
motherfucker.
don't know, but they're fighting dragons.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I noticed. And if you look at the staffs, in the scene, I don't know, you can't really see it, but you see how like the edges of them are glowing.
Yeah.
I think maybe like the rings are like on each end of the staff or something, but the numbers don't add up, so I don't know. But all of the monks got like glowing staffs, but they're fighting dragons, and it's like
Saber tooth
so
tigers. Oh fuck, dude.
yeah,
What fucking person said that bullshit? I'm sorry, dog. But it's like you don't know anything about any kind of other culture other
nah,
than your own, and you call
mm-hmm,
them saber tooth tiger. One, they don't even look like fucking saber tooths. Two, it's like if you've seen any, if even if you went to a fucking Chinese restaurant, the
mm-hmm,
least fucking culturally appropriate thing you can go to in America, they have statues of these fucking lion dogs in the front. Like you always see them. They're always standing there with their hand on the orb, like with their
mm-hmm.
paw orb just standing there.
There's one in front of my Chinese restaurant,
Yeah, with the fucking
big
little
white
lion
statue.
mane. Yeah, it's not a lion. It's a fucking food dog. It's a mythical creature from Chinese lore. It's like fuck, dog. How do you not know these things? But all right, fucking lion, saber tooth tiger. All right, dog. Whatever.
But you can see in this whole movie that it's I guess to me when I see this, it's like it reminds me of like they're trying to make it like an Asian Black Panther.
Yeah.
It's
I
very
mean,
stylized.
why
It
not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I'm not arguing for it, but it's just they're they're touching on all the stuff in Asian culture. You know, it's like if you were to
I'm
pander
sorry,
to
go
Asian
back real
culture,
quick.
it would be this movie.
Go back, yeah, go back to those rings
I don't know.
right there. Look how big those fucking food dogs are, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even I didn't even think about it until I was talking about it. Those things are fucking huge. Oh, God damn. Yo, can you imagine the dude that has to walk those all day? Like, yo, you got to take your baggie with you. Pick that shit up, bro.
You know what that baggie is? A big ass 60-pound duffel bag.
Mm-hmm. I'd be like, yo, can we just put diapers on these motherfuckers? Because these things are huge, dog. My bad. It's just those
One
things are
thing,
huge. That's crazy.
yeah. One thing that I hope with this is that even though they say he's the Mandarin, I'm hoping that somebody else gets the rings and they just like magically resize themselves to be on the fingers, and then like he's like the Mandarin is the title, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping, but I
Oh,
can understand why Marvel doesn't use him because he in himself is a Chinese stereotype.
yeah.
But like, I just want to see Iron Man fight somebody with magic rings. Is that too hard? I've been waiting since like Iron Man 1.
Iron Man
But
ain't no longer in it. I mean, you may see what's her name? Iron.
no,
What's her
no,
name?
I'd rather just
Iron
squash it. Just,
Heart.
mm, mm.
Yeah. See,
I'd rather Rhodey fight him.
I already know how you feel about it, but yeah. When I watch this, it's like I do get those Black Panther vibes, but honestly,
Yeah.
the only reason I get those vibes is because the music that they added for the trailer. Like if they added any other music other than like hip hop style music, you wouldn't get those vibes because
Well, I get it because of the whole ancient China scene. That's probably gonna be some kind of flashback. That reminds me of the CG rhino scene in Black Panther when they're running with the rhinos and whatnot.
I
And that's
mean, it's there, but I mean the music, it
oh yeah.
adds a lot to that feel.
Mm,
If they were to take this out and just added some kind of Asian style song, it wouldn't feel as much as it did about like kind of Black Pantherish, especially when you see that fucking Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon
mm,
wire scene. That doesn't feel uh like a Black Panther, like a Ryan Coogler thing at all.
yeah.
That feels more like an Asian epic,
Mm.
which
And that's probably why they do it, because if you're doing a martial arts movie, that's like you gotta, because they want this to blow up in China, obviously. So
mhm.
it's like if this, they pander with the other movies. So with this, it's like, hey, pander full steam ahead. It's like this would be the movie to do it. And honestly, I think that they can really make at least Shang-Chi be a cool ass character. Like he's gonna be what Iron Fist should have been.
Yeah,
And they look like they're doing it right. The fight choreography good as
yeah.
hell.
Didn't he train Iron Fist at one point?
I don't think so. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
in
maybe
the
maybe
comic.
in the modern stuff, but I mean, I don't know. I haven't read a whole lot of Shang-Chi stuff other than the Spider-Man stuff and some of his older stuff from back in the day.
I want to say at one point he did. Like there was a point where he lost his fighting like he lost his Iron Fist,
Mm.
and oh no, that's what it was. Shang-Chi took over as Iron Fist for like a good comic book run, but I forgot like how Danny Rand lost his like
Mm.
dragon symbol, whatever, and how it got transferred to Shang-Chi. But Shang-Chi did have the Iron Fist mantle for a little bit before it got transferred back over.
Oh, okay.
Small thing. I had looked that up somewhere like on the internet watching YouTube videos of people talk about the comic.
Mm.
And it made sense. I was like, you got
Yeah,
the
it
best
would.
best looking fighter, and then you give him the Iron Fist mantle. It's like, oh, he's
Yeah,
about to beat everybody's ass.
yeah. That's something that makes me mad about Iron Fist, because I was like, I love Iron Fist as a character. Like, there are so many good stuff that they could have did with him. You know that Bruce Lee movie, the one you were talking about, the tournament one?
Hmm.
They had an art that was just like that, except you're hopping different dimensions where martial artists from different dimensions were coming fighting in like a Mortal Kombat tournament, and he had to go through it. Like, that could have been a movie. That would have been the shit. But I
That's
don't
how you
know.
do multiverse. That's how you do it. Every character that's not included. Like if you get a multiverse in the cinematic universe, and then Netflix had their own series, but it's still tied to the cinematic universe.
Yeah.
Then everybody who's going through a multiverse, you have Danny Rand go through his, and it's a fucking tournament that he has to go through.
That's exactly what it was, because like that city that he went to, Kunlun, it comes up every 7 years. You can go to it. Well, that's just like one city. That's like the city of, I forget what it's called, but it's like the city of something. And there's like 7 cities. So each one of those 7 cities had their own little fighter that they would take to this multi-dimensional tournament, and they all had to fight each other and shit. It was fucking awesome. And it's like, it makes me upset that it's like, I think that Marvel is probably going to treat Iron Fist, especially now since they're pushing Shang-Chi. He's going to be that guy. So now Iron Fist isn't going to, he's going to be like the Green Lantern of the MCU. Where they're going to do nothing with him.
I'm going to say it like this. Oh, well, man. Fuck it.
Yeah.
From what it is. Like, as much as a purist you want to be, comics have up to this point right here, comics are no longer valid when it comes to trying to match it up with the MCU. Like that shit stopped when Captain America died. Like as soon as that shit hit, boom, we are no longer following the comic art of Ultimate fucking Avengers or any of that other stuff. We can officially now do our own thing, and people will forgive us.
Yeah.
Because they have done it. They have made little changes here and there, and people have still forgiven them because the main concept and story is still there. Fine. Fuck it. Keep it going. If you got not Fu Manchu, what's his name?
Mandarin?
If Mandarin is his dad, fuck it. Mandarin is dead. I don't care anymore. Just make the shit work and make it
good.
Make it good. I don't care. Just please stop making characters a different fucking race or a different color than they need to be. Like at least make it make sense. That's the only thing I care about.
Yeah, and I guess that's what most people are gonna do, because like even with the Disney Plus stuff, it's just like they're doing their own thing. And to be honest, even as a purist, it's just things that I would nitpick about. I'll mention them in a video, but I'm gonna watch the hell out of this movie and probably enjoy it. And as long as if I see the Mandarin, I mean, I would hope that each ring would do something different. Maybe they'll get into that. But like, as long as he's kicking ass, and hey, it is what it is. I like kung fu movies. Why not? Modern kung fu movie.
There's way more casual viewers than there are comic readers. Yeah. So like at this point, it's like who are we gonna really focus on? Somebody like the 5 or 10 people that still read comics, or the 30 million people that just
it's like making a YouTube video. Do you pander to the 5 people who always watch all your stuff, or the purists, or the 20 billion people that watch the popular game, or with the popular thing? And it's like, well, what do you do to get viewership? Same difference.
For me, it's both. It's like, how much of this can I keep people, but then how much of this can I change to get more people in?
Yeah. But hey, movie looks damn good. I mean, I didn't know how I was gonna feel about it until it came out, but like, looks okay. I don't have a lot of qualms with it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this more than I am Iron Fist. So,
or Black Widow, because like this looks a hell of a lot better than Black Widow.
No comment.
All right, YouTube. That's just our thoughts on Shang-Chi, the Master of Kung Fu, and looks damn good. Go see it. I think it comes out September, so hopefully theaters will be back in shape and all that good stuff. But if not, Disney Plus, hey, it's probably coming out on there too. So, you got anything else to say, Jolly?
I ain't got nothing to say, bro. Just I'm soaking in the fucking Asian vibes, bro. Just food dogs and all. I'm just taking it in.
All right. So if any of you guys are left watching the end, crap. What's the phrase you say? I have a thing, but I don't know what's the phrase you say at the end.
The phrase I say at the end.
Put this in the comments, or put. Like, I want to say, like, if anybody made it this far, put Fu Manchu in the comments.
Please don't. Please don't. That's so racist. Put Fu Dog in the comments if you made it this far.
Yeah, that's better. All right, YouTube. We'll see you guys later.
Peace out, y'all.